Welcome to our exploration of the fascinating similarities between two of India's greatest epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. These stories, passed down through generations, are more than just tales of heroes and villains. They are mirrors reflecting the complexities of human nature, the intricacies of Dharma, and the eternal dance between right and wrong. Today, we journey beyond the surface, delving into the intriguing parallels between characters and situations in these two magnificent epics. We'll uncover the hidden threads that connect these seemingly separate narratives, revealing the universal truths embedded within. Get ready to see the Ramayana and the Mahabharata in a whole new light. The Ramayana, we are told, begins with a question posed by the sage Narada to Valmiki, prompting him to sing the tale of Rama. Valmiki, a sage who once lived a very different life, a robber no less, transformed by the power of Ram's name. And then we have Vyasa, compiler of the Vedas, and yet driven to narrate the Mahabharata, the story of his own lineage, fraught with conflict and despair. He becomes the narrator, the observer, much like Valmiki, drawn into the very fabric of the epics they immortalize. Both are poets, sages, chroniclers of their times, but also interpreters of Dharma. Their words weave magic, capturing not just events, but the essence of human emotion, the dilemmas of morality, the very pulse of their age. Through their eyes, we enter the world of these epics, experiencing the grand narratives and the intimate moments, forever bound to the legacy of these master storytellers. Kaushalya, the queen of Ayodhya, wife to Dasharatha and mother to Rama. Her story is one of quiet strength, of devotion tested by fate, of a mother's love unwavering in the face of adversity. Kunti, the princess of Kuntibhoja, faces a different path, a path riddled with societal challenges and difficult choices. Yet, she emerges as the matriarch of the Pandavas, her resilience echoing Kaushalya's unwavering spirit. Both are mothers to heroes, their sons destined for greatness, but also for immense suffering. They embody the virtues of patience, forbearance, and sacrifice, their stories reflecting the complexities of motherhood. In their roles, we see the impact of societal norms, the expectations placed upon women of their stature, and yet they rise above, their inner strength a beacon in the tumultuous world they inhabit. Dasharatha, the king of Ayodhya, renowned for his righteousness, falls prey to a curse, a consequence of an unintentional act. His inability to keep a promise leads to the exile of Rama, his beloved son. Pandu, the king of Hastinapur, faces a similar fate, a curse that prevents him from fatherhood, a consequence of his own actions. This curse sets in motion the events leading to the Kurukshetra war. Both kings, bound by duty and Dharma, find themselves trapped by their past deeds. Their stories highlight the karmic repercussions of actions, the interplay of fate and free will. Their reigns, though marked by prosperity and justice, ultimately become tales of tragedy, reminding us that even the most powerful are not immune to the consequences of their actions. Vishwamitra, the fiery sage, guides Rama, imparting not just knowledge of weaponry but also lessons in Dharma and restraint. He becomes instrumental in shaping Rama's destiny as a warrior and a king. Drona, the master archer, trains both the Kauravas and Pandavas, instilling in them the skills of warfare. Yet his favoritism towards Arjuna and his inability to control his son Ashwatthama contribute to the tragic events of the war. Both are gurus, embodying knowledge and martial prowess, shaping the destinies of their disciples. But their stories also reveal the complexities of mentorship, the burden of expectations, and the potential for human flaws. They remind us that even the wisest can be blinded by their emotions, and that true knowledge lies not just in wielding weapons, but in mastering oneself. Hanuman, the monkey god, embodies devotion and strength. His unwavering loyalty to Rama, his courage in the face of adversity, and his superhuman feats make him an enduring symbol of bhakti. Bhima, the mighty Pandava, mirrors Hanuman in his physical prowess and unwavering loyalty to his brothers. His rage knows no bounds when it comes to protecting his family, and his strength becomes instrumental in the Pandavas' victory. Both are forces of nature, their presence commanding respect and awe. Their stories celebrate the virtues of loyalty, strength, and selflessness, reminding us of the power of dedication to a higher cause. But they also embody the duality of human nature, capable of great compassion and terrifying rage, reminding us that even the most righteous can be driven by primal instincts. Mandodari, Ravana's queen, stands as a beacon of wisdom and morality in her husband's tyrannical court. She advises him against his evil deeds, pleading for Sita's release, but her words fall on deaf ears. Gandhari, Dhritarashtra's queen, blindfolds herself out of love and loyalty to her blind husband. She remains a silent spectator to the escalating conflict between her sons, her attempts at peace ultimately failing. Both are women of immense virtue, bound by duty and love, yet forced to witness the destructive paths chosen by their husbands and sons. Their stories reflect the anguish of mothers caught in the crossfire of familial conflicts. They embody the complexities of Dharma, torn between their roles as wives and mothers and their personal sense of right and wrong. Their tragedies serve as a reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition and the importance of choosing righteousness over blind loyalty. Kumbhakarna, Ravana's brother, sleeps for months on end, waking only to fulfill his brother's wishes. He participates in the war against Rama, aware of its immorality, bound by his loyalty to his brother. Vikarna, the righteous Kaurava, stands against his brothers, questioning their treatment of Draupadi. He chooses to fight on the side of Dharma, bound by his duty to his family, knowing fully well the consequences of his actions. Both characters represent the inner conflict between personal morality and familial loyalty. They are aware of the wrongfulness of their actions, yet choose to stand by their kin. Their stories highlight the complexities of Dharma, the often conflicting demands of loyalty and righteousness. They serve as tragic reminders of the personal sacrifices made in the name of family and the difficult choices one faces in the face of injustice. Vibhishana, Ravana's brother, chooses to abandon his brother's side and join Rama, recognizing the righteousness of his cause. His defection becomes instrumental in Rama's victory. Yuyutsu, the lone Kaurava prince, chooses to side with the Pandavas, disgusted by his brother's actions. He recognizes the injustice inflicted upon the Pandavas and chooses to fight for Dharma. Both Vibhishana and Yuyutsu are ostracized by their own families for choosing righteousness over blood ties. They become beacons of hope, demonstrating that even in the darkest of times, one can choose the path of Dharma. Their stories remind us that true loyalty lies not in blind allegiance, but in upholding what is right, even if it means standing against one's own kin. They embody the triumph of conscience over kinship, reminding us that sometimes the most difficult choices are also the most righteous ones. Sita, the princess of Mithila, wife of Rama, embodies purity, devotion, and resilience. She endures hardship with grace, her faith in Rama unwavering even in the face of adversity. Draupadi, the daughter of King Drupada, wife to the Pandavas, reflects strength and courage. Wronged and humiliated, she becomes a catalyst for the Kurukshetra war, her quest for justice driving the narrative. Both are women of immense virtue, subjected to trials and tribulations. Their stories resonate with the experiences of countless women throughout history, highlighting the societal injustices they face. They represent the feminine divine, embodying strength, resilience, and unwavering faith. Their journeys remind us that even in the face of immense suffering, dignity and righteousness can prevail. They become symbols of hope, inspiring generations to fight for justice and equality. Manthara, the maidservant of Kaikeyi, poisons her mind with jealousy and insecurity, instigating the events that lead to Rama's exile. She becomes a symbol of manipulation and the destructive power of envy. Shakuni, the cunning uncle of the Kauravas, fuels the flames of hatred and rivalry between the Kauravas and Pandavas. His thirst for revenge and his manipulative gamesmanship contribute to the devastating war. Both characters represent the darker side of human nature, driven by envy, vengeance, and a desire for power. They become catalysts for conflict, their actions having far-reaching consequences. Their stories serve as cautionary tales, reminding us of the destructive power of unchecked negativity and the importance of recognizing and addressing such influences in our own lives. They highlight the subtle ways in which manipulation and deceit can poison minds and lead to devastating outcomes. Yudhishthira, the eldest Pandava, embodies righteousness and Dharma. He constantly grapples with the complexities of morality, striving to uphold justice even in the face of adversity. Lord Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya, embodies the ideal man, a perfect son, a devoted husband, and a righteous king. He places duty above personal desires, sacrificing his own happiness for the greater good. Both Yudhishthira and Rama face moral dilemmas, their paths fraught with difficult choices. They prioritize Dharma above all else, their actions guided by a deep sense of righteousness. Their stories become blueprints for ethical leadership, reminding us that true power lies not in might, but in upholding true justice. They represent the triumph of good over evil, inspiring generations to strive for a just and righteous path. Ravana, the king of Lanka with 10 heads and immense power, represents the allure and danger of unchecked ambition. Blinded by his ego and consumed by desire, he brings about his own downfall. Duryodhana, the eldest Kaurava, driven by jealousy and a thirst for power, orchestrates the war against his cousins. His actions, fueled by greed and resentment, ultimately lead to his destruction. Both Ravana and Duryodhana are complex characters possessing both admirable qualities and fatal flaws. Their stories serve as cautionary tales, illustrating the corrupting influence of power and the destructive nature of envy. They remind us that ego, pride, and unchecked ambition can lead to one's downfall, no matter how mighty one may seem. Their tragic fates highlight the importance of humility, self-awareness, and the need to temper ambition with wisdom and compassion. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the parallels of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. We've seen how these epics, though seemingly different, share a common thread, reflecting universal truths about human nature, the complexities of Dharma, and the eternal battle between right and wrong. The characters we've encountered, both heroic and flawed, offer valuable lessons in leadership, morality, and the consequences of our choices. Their stories remind us that the battle between good and evil is not confined to ancient texts, but plays out in our own lives every day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into these epic tales. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the spirit of these timeless stories alive.